Hey guys, today we'll be looking at a Gold 2 Ana. So this was a post on the Ana main subreddit where they said, I mainly play support, Ana, and I was wondering if anyone could review my VOD and give me some recommendations on how to improve my gameplay. I feel as if I'm missing something, some crucial factor in Ana's gameplay. Yeah, oftentimes it can be some just little thing that we need to change. You know, maybe we're playing a little bit too exposed in our positioning. Maybe we're not getting enough value out of one of our abilities. Like, for example, with Ana, anti-grenade is hugely impactful. If we're not getting enough value out of the purples, that might be hurting us. And then if we're able to figure that out, it will go just a long way in helping us impact games. But yeah, we'll definitely take a look, see what happens as it comes. First thing we always want to do is take a look at our team comp. So we got Orisa, Junkrat, Tracer, Ana, Brig. Yeah, I mean, this is fairly straightforward. What should be happening here, I would like to see Orisa and Junkrat pushing together, trying to focus the same targets. Tracer should be taking an off angle and flanking to do Tracer things, and then also to divert the enemy's attention and just create a little bit of chaos in the battlefield. And then ideally, Brig should be playing relatively close to you just to protect you, also to cover your weaknesses and such. But yeah, let's see how you guys play this. I love this skin, by the way. This is probably my favorite of Ana's like non-special or event skins.
Over there.
Going for it.
Enemy in sight.
So I wasn't a huge fan of that grenade. I just want to explain why. So you see the Tracer. It's just the Tracer, and you decide to throw your nade. It misses, that happens, but even if it landed, nading a Tracer isn't super valuable. You might get a little bit of ult charge, but she'll just use recall and cleanse the effect, so it doesn't really accomplish much else. If you had seen a few enemies over there, that would have been better, just because not only do you get more ult charge, but that would have made them a little bit more hesitant about pushing and helped your team take a little bit more space. But if you're going to nade a Tracer, try to wait until after she uses recall and you know she doesn't have that cooldown, because that will make her a lot more vulnerable. She'll either have to disengage or she'll likely die. So just things I want you thinking about as far as your nade usage. I do like how you are looking for those nades on the enemies. You're not just holding on to it. But yeah, just something to think about as far as nade usage goes. So going a little out. Yeah, a little close, but it happens. Okay, your Brig dies. What I would have liked to see here, see how you're kind of like, you're on point a little bit if you, I mean, they can't see you right now, but you'll be a little bit of exposed from both these lanes right here. What I would have liked to see you do is maybe if you were just stayed over here, you know, you can poke out, get your shots in. If you take any pressure, anything like that, there is a health pack right here. At the same time, though, your Brig did push up really far, too, and your DPS are kind of... Yeah, Junkrat's way up there. They didn't push together, so... I mean, if you did want to play up close, you could have played right... Just stayed right here, you know? You can use the cover, get your abilities in. Big thing about playing over here, though, you want to be careful if they have, say, a Lucio or something that can boop you. If you are hugging the wall, that should keep you relatively safe. And you can also rotate, grab the health pack there if as need be. But yeah, I just wouldn't play like on point as Ana if you can help it. Ana's a sniper hero. You want to just at least have a little bit of distance between you and the enemies. And also they have to ignore point and come to you if they want to contest you. So just things I want you thinking about as far as Ana positioning goes. Yeah, the fight's lost anyway though, but see how you're kind of exposed, and yeah. It was a lost fight though, so it was good that you died quickly.
This is not the end.
Your aim and your sensitivity is really interesting. So it seems like you're playing at a relatively high sense. I don't know if this is PC or console. If this is console, I would speak to a console player for sense advice, but I don't know if you feel like you're having trouble landing your shots generally in games. It doesn't seem like you're having a bunch of trouble so far, but if you do feel like you are just having trouble with aim, maybe lowering your sensitivity a bit might be helpful. As an Ana main on PC, I play with an 800 DPI and a 5 in-game sense. Another thing I do have is, if we go to our Ana settings, I do have my relative aim sensitivity while zoomed set to 38, just so that my scope shots are about the same sense as my unscoped shots. But yeah, just thing I want you to think about if you're feeling you're having trouble landing your shots, maybe lowering the sensitivity a bit might just be a little helpful. Yeah, we're a little forward. We don't want to be in front of our tank like that, but yeah, break the turret. Yeah, we're getting too close. Like, I get it. The monkey, nice sleep though, but yeah, I kind of get it that the Winston bubble, you're trying to get close so you could still land your abilities, but you see, as you can see, the bubble broke relatively quickly. So if you had just played back a little bit, been right here, you can shoot the Winston bubble to help your team burst it down. You can also just stay a little bit more safe. If you do want to move forward, you can play in this room right here. You see there's a nice little health pack. You can get these little vision if you poke out here. You just want to be really careful about just exposing yourself, because see how like Ana can view you. When Winston wakes up, he'll be able to. When you were over here, everybody could see you over there. I want you to think about how much you are exposing yourself with your positioning. Big things you always want to think about. The 3 things I always say when it comes to support positioning you want to think about is A, can I see my team? B, can I see the enemy team? And C, do I have cover to play behind? Yeah, back up. Heal Orisa. This is good. Nice, you helped the Tracer win the duel there. Yeah, I mean, your team's kind of dying. Maybe if we had backed up a little bit, it would have been good, but yeah, it's a little tough there.
I won't give in.
We're gonna have Nano though.
My ultimate is almost ready.
All right, we have a Doomfist as well. So, I mean, you could technically nano anybody on this team. Nanoing the tank is usually a safe bet. Like when Doomfist is charging up his punch or doing a seismic slam, getting ready to engage. That is a good time to nano him. If your Tracer is really popping off, doesn't seem like, no offense to her, doesn't seem like she is in this game, but if you do have a really good Tracer who like is popping off and goes deep, she can be a decent nano target as well. Even Junkrat, if he's, taking pressure. Even Brig, if she's rallying, nano rally Brig is actually pretty tough to kill. So things I want you thinking about as far as who you decide to nano. As I said, generally, nanoing the tank is a safe bet. But you can also use it like reactively to save a teammate that's about to die. Just little things like that on nano usage.
Group up at my position. My ultimate is ready.
Here, take this.
Nano boost is
All right,
ready.
we're going up here. So, I mean, you kind of dropped off the high ground to get to Doom. I mean, we could have... We're over here. As we see him getting ready to drop, we could have nanoed him there. That's okay, though. Or even if we had just rotated forward, we do want to be careful about exposing ourselves. We can nano him, duck back here, then drop down maybe. But yeah.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Yeah, see how you get the nano a little late, and then Doomfist is disengaging as you get it on him. I mean, he probably could have just stayed in there and kept fighting. But at the same time, if we had got that nano a little earlier, we might have been able to get more done. But it's also, as I said, it's also your Doomfist's fault for disengaging.
Enemy turret ahead. Keep fighting. I'll just take the objective.
Good kill. Just be careful. We can farm up the Winston when he's trapped. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little tough because like your Doomfist got nanoed as he was disengaging. He left and then he realized, oh shit, I'm nanoed. I got to go back in there. And then by then the affected weren't off and he kind of just died there. It happens. Yeah, if we try to get our nano out a little earlier, maybe that could be helpful. But yeah, let's see what happens in this fight with 98. So you guys basically, I get why you're playing up here. Once again, I would have stayed back instead of just going on point yourself. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing how this fight takes place. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not ideal. I mean, your team did get some picks, but because you kind of just played on point, you were just an easy target for Tracer and Winston to focus, and you died there. Meanwhile, if we had just played like back where I was saying, you know, over here, even like over here is actually a solid position as well. Just somewhere where you have cover, there's a health pack nearby, staying off point so that if the team wants to contest in overtime, they have to ignore point and come over here to deal with you. Yeah. Just things I want you thinking about as far as your positioning goes. Yeah, your Brig dies. Fast forward a little bit. I think this is the end. Yeah, your Tracer dies, but your Junkrat gets a pick. Yeah, I mean, your tank died early, as we pointed out, but I do feel like if we had stayed off point, there's a chance we could have capped that. But it happens. Let's see.
Ready for battle.
See what happens here.
4, 3, 2, 1.
At least we're getting a free sightseeing tour.
Very well.
Yeah, this is solid position to play as. You got a Zarya now and a Lucio. So the thing about playing with a Lucio is you only do single target healing and Lucio only does passive healing. So you need to be paying attention to your team. Granted, Tracer should be fairly self-sufficient, but you just need to be paying attention to both Junkrat and Zarya, and just making sure that that you're keeping them both healed up, because Lucio isn't going to do like large burst healing, and if he's on this map, it looks like he's going a little wild doing the Reddit Lucio plays. So yeah, you probably will have to just be paying a little bit more attention to your teammates, making sure that they're getting the healing they need. But also, I'd like to see you look for a little bit of damage too. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see how you're a little exposed, as we were saying. If you don't need to play on point, you can play back behind cover here. You can play in here when they push up onto point. Sometimes I even play over here as well. I think this can be a solid position as well. And you can rotate in the middle for the health pack, or back there as well. But as we were saying on last point, you do not want to play on point and expose yourself. Zarya is... Ooh, that was a nice sleep on the Tracer. She has such a small hitbox that's not easy to hit. Yeah, we're kind of just out in the open. We're kind of looking around. Yeah, if we just play near a wall. I mean, you were over here. You could have played right here as well. Just being near some sort of cover and not just be out in the open. We're looking around. We can't view all the areas that we're exposed, and that not only makes it harder for us to aim, but also if we're taking damage, it makes us harder to know where it's coming from. So just playing behind cover, playing back, where you can just view a certain lane where the enemies will be, will help you immensely with that.
I go out on my terms.
I'm taking the objective.
Tank guys. Your team's getting picks though, yep. Oh, you could have gone out that way, that's fine. Good, heal on the Tracer. If we can get an anti-grenade here, that would be good. Yeah, see? Tracer. You threw the nade, Tracer used recall, and then it made the nade useless. If you had tried to... If your Tracer's getting in your face like that, you can try to sleep her. You can shoot her up, and then when she uses recall, as we said before, then throw the nade, because you can either kill her easily, or she will just disengage. She wants you. Good job. You can also, if you know she's low HP like that, you can also just throw the nade if you know it will kill her. So, good job, good kill. Good sleep. Stay here. We can get nade. Good job. I like it. See, now he's going to shield and back up. Okay, get some damage in. Heal your Zarya, though. So that's what I want you thinking about, just in general. Try to see, like, if your Zarya has bubbles, she can be a little bit sufficient as far as that goes, but make sure she's not crit. Go for damage. As soon as you see her crit again, start healing her up, and then try to get some shots on the enemies, because Ana she does do a good amount of healing, but the way you're going to get value out of her is going for damage, which does seem like you're doing, but that's generally what I want you thinking about as far as balancing your healing and damage goes. And like we said before, don't play on point. Stay back where you have some cover, and you'll just be a lot more safe and a lot more effective with your abilities as well.
I keep you up.
And try not to, I mean, it's not a big deal. You won the fight. They're probably going to disengage now, but try not to use your nade just to heal a single target like that. Try to save it for the purple effect. The only time you want to use your nade to heal is either A, if you're taking a lot of damage and you're about to die, or B, if you have multiple teammates that are crit or low and all need healing at the same time. Other than that, we want to be looking for purples with our anti-grenade. Yeah, it happens. Tracer, Ana is a great target for Pulse Bomb, and Tracer will use that just to stick it to you. You're going for a spawn nade, I like that. Yeah, definitely try to look for those when you're coming out of spawn all the time. I really like how you're looking for those. Yep. Yep, play behind cover. Nice. Nice! You just interrupted the shatter. That was really good. Cool. So we got Nano for next fight. Nano Zarya, if she's decent charge, is always a good option. Yeah, as I was saying, don't get too close. Play back. Whoa! Let's watch that again. I want to just watch that, and I think we might have gone a little bit too far, but I want to see that sleep again. Slow that down. I just want to admire your handiwork here.
Slow down.
Damn. Sleeping like a Lucio wall riding like that is just not an easy thing to do. Overall, I think that you have very solid aim. Very solid, like the ability usage for the most part. But by playing in these exposed positions, I think you might just be making it a little bit harder on yourself than necessary as far as being aware of what's going on and landing your abilities. Because like we got a couple enemies here, we got our teammates here. If you want to view people, you got to do these big turning movements to see everything. One thing you want to think about as support, if you have to do big movements like that to see what's going on, you are likely playing too close. So like say we were back here. It's just much smaller movements to see the battlefield and to see what's going on. So playing back like that will not only improve your awareness, but you'll just be making it much easier on yourself as far as your aim goes. I think your Ana seems just very solid. I think playing back alone will just exponentially, like I think you could easily be plat at least, if not higher, if you can just play back. Good anti on the brig. They get the kill because of you. Yeah, your Ana is solid. It's really mostly just the positioning. Yeah, you slipped the shield, it happens. Nice nade. That's what you should be looking for. We probably don't need to use nano here. Yeah, we won the fight. Yeah. So your team basically cleaned up. I mean, Tracer died, but your team cleaned up. That was a one fight, and your Zarya had already used an ult. As you can see, maybe Lucio gets beat, but and I mean it's 93, so it's basically done yet. But I would have held on to that nano just in case someone comes back to stall in overtime. Just try to analyze if a fight is won or if your team is winning the fight, because you don't want to use more. You want to help your team with your ult economy and not use more ults that are needed. Once again, not a big deal because you're cleaning up. They might not be able to. They're probably not going to get a full regroup to recontest by the time the round ends. But I just want you thinking about that. Try not to ult in a one fight already. Good try. Sleep. Get back up. Nice. You avoid that. Lucio doesn't though. Yeah. See, we could have nanoed here. Granted, we're winning anyway, but if we had nanoed Zarya here, it might have been just a little easier to melee. Perfect. Good job. Yeah, you're too close, but we already went over that. We are winning though, and that's the game. Or that's not the game. That's the second round.
I appreciate the support.
Yeah, very solid.
Score.
You were very impactful in that round with your ability usage. It's just, as I said, the playing too close, just you made it harder on yourself.
Oh, you want to hear this?
Fast forward a tiny bit. I would just wait for your team a little bit, play back. Yeah, last thing you want to do is just be frontlining and then Widow. You always see Widows on this map usually. Granted, they're not doing that now, but you never know. The Widow could just come right up here and snipe you. So I would just try to play behind your tank when pushing out, but not a big deal. Yeah, don't stand too scope. I like how you don't just stay hard scoped. You scope, get a shot in, and then yeah, your sleeps are really good too. Sleeping a Tracer is not easy to do. You're farming the Mei. Back away, get away from her. Yeah, we're still a little too close, but that's fine. So we were a little too focused on what you were doing. And then I wasn't really paying attention to your teammates. Let's see what was going on. Yeah, I mean, it's good that you're...
Is now active.
it's good that you're focused on the enemies and doing damage, but I do think we need to, like, we're a little bit too, like, we're a little bit too close and exposed. Granted, your Zarya is going a little deep. But, you know, if we play back, just we can get better vision of the battlefield. We won't tunnel vision enemies. We can see our teammates, you know. If you see your Zarya going too far, you can say in voice, hey, I can't see you. Back up. Things like that. But, yeah, just as I was saying before, playing back a little bit more will just help with your vision of the battlefield. It will prevent you from tunnel visioning like that. And will just allow you to support your team and be a little bit more effective, because I do think that might have, in addition to your Zarya going too far, that might have a little bit to do with why your team loses this fight. I just want to see from this point of view. Yeah. Once again, I blame your Zarya for that, but at the same time, if you had been playing back, you might have been more aware and you could have called it out or something.
You'll have to try harder than that.
It's the after service.
I need healing.
Going back to Brig. Yeah, it's tough with the Mei walls as Ana. If that's just becoming like a huge problem and Mei's just really cutting off my my LOS, sometimes I will just switch to BAP just so I can exo boots above it. You can make Ana work. It's just about just try to shoot it down, try to maybe play around it, get an angle. But yeah, your Zarya does kill Mei, which is good. Yeah, same thing as we said at the very beginning with the nade on Tracer. Yeah, you want to back up. You're down. Honestly, I would just back out here. If your Zarya wants to feed and die, just let her. Although you do get 2 picks, so maybe we can make something happen. Yeah, you make the right decision. We can nano Zarya here. Yeah. We might have been able to nano a little earlier, but that's fine. And we get the point. Yeah. You don't need to play on point, play back. Yeah, if you were playing back too, see how this point has like a decline. So if you're just sitting on point, you're not going to get vision of the enemies, or at the very least, you will. By the time you get vision, they're gonna be a little bit too close. So, you know, you can hug the statue right here, and then as they're pushing forward, you know, back up around the pillars, play over here. Just play somewhere where you can just get better vision of the team and be able to see the enemies sooner. I just want to, just as we go through the VOD and stuff, I just want to try to show you positions that are good. Yeah, see, if we were playing up, we could see what's going on a little more. More. Oh, nice. Yeah, your team's kind of dying though, so this is a lost fight. Unless actually, no, Zarya's popping off. Sometimes I underestimate just how much of a carry hero Zarya can be. If she gets that high charge, she can just melt people. It doesn't matter if she's at a numbers disadvantage. And you're obviously doing a good job with your abilities too. Yeah. Don't play down here. We went over this. I mean, I understand they do have a BAP window out, so you want to be careful. But the moment that goes out, we can rotate this way. Yeah, if we were playing back a little bit more, we might have been able to heal Brig there, but that's okay. Get some shots in, heal Zarya. It's okay. You guys stalled for a good amount. Let's see what happens next.
Nano boost almost ready. Stand up straight.
Enemy
Come over here, baby.
We'll have a nano. Maybe we can use that to push. Sorry, he's going to build a bit of charge. You'll get nano. We can just nano her in and hopefully win this fight. Good rotation away from the Rhine Shatter, just to make sure. Yeah, you don't want to get close.
I am.
See how you can't see? Because you kind of rotated that way, you couldn't see your team. You're kind of just... I mean, Zarya is cleaning up, but you are making it harder for yourself as far as aim goes and as far as just awareness of the battlefield.
Anyone want to join me?
But you still cap, so that's good. There's things I want you thinking about. As I keep saying, I probably repeated that too many times by now, but just as far as just being aware of the battlefield and being able to help your team and use your abilities as necessary. Yeah, back up. We want to be playing off around the statue and stuff like I said before. Yeah, we don't want to be in the middle of point. Yeah, see how we kind of... We're very exposed, and then we're just an easy target. Granted, Mercy reses you.
You're welcome.
I mean, you do win, which is good. That was very well played by you. Your Ana ability usage, I think you could easily be plat if we just played back a little bit more, because as I was showing you before, I showed you this on second point, but I just want to go over this one more time. See how you're like right in the middle of point? If there were more enemies here, you have to look all around. You have to do these big turning movements to see like the Moira back there, the Tracer up here. If you have to do these big turning movements, that means you're playing too close. So play back, and then it's just these small movements to see the whole battlefield. It will keep you safer and just make aiming and making decisions just so much easier. But that's all I have to say. I mean, if you can work on that positioning, clean it up a little bit, like I said, you're easily plat, maybe even higher. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, comments, anything like that. I am technically a YouTuber now, so obligatory. If you like this video, if this did help you out, help me out by giving it a like, subscribing if you're new, and yeah, best of luck with your climb.